This episode of The Modern Rogue brought to you by Raycon. Head on over to buyraycon.com/rogue, R-O-G-U-E. Get 15% off their earbuds. They're so small and svelte, you can't even tell if I'm wearing one. I'm not. Or am I? I can't do it. Now I know why people call it. Back again at what I'm pretty sure would be a literal crime for me to call a legitimate bar, but not a crime for me to call with a legitimate bartender, Barstool Theory himself, Trevor Fehrenbach. Man, we're continuing our journey through rum, right?
Absolutely. I want to show you guys one of my favorite Tiki drinks and one of the most potent drinks you'll ever have in your life too.
You had me at Tiki, but last time we were talking about rum, I think we left off at pirates.
Yes, it became the drink of pirates, the British Navy, and it became so proliferate in the Navy and along the east coast of the newly formed Americas in this 18th century.
Americas, tell me more.
It didn't work out, but stick with me. It was so popular that the British wanted to tax it in the 1730s, and so they said, hey, colonials, you got to start buying your sugar and your rum from us.
Wait. They're making it in the Americas, and they're like, why don't you pay us the tax for that stuff you're making, selling it to yourself? That sounds like taxation without representation, my friend.
There you go.
And that's not fair.
And there was a revolution.
So if I'm hearing you right, a significant part of our freedom comes from booze.
You're hearing me right.
Okay.
In fact, George Washington would give out bits of rum to secure votes.
Was all rum from the islands, or was this the actual Virginia
Most
rum?
of it, but they actually grew a lot of sugar along the East Coast.
And there was a distillery in Boston at the time.
Wow. Thank you, G-Dub. George Washington.
Washington.
Okay.
Washington.
For a second, I was thinking, thanks for the Iraq War. Okay, all right, what drink are we making?
The zombie.
Zombie. We did a whole episode on it. Don't remember nothing about it.
How does a zombie pretend to breathe? They just move their shoulders.
Is this culturally related to the voodoo practice of zombieism, or just happens to be a name?
I would say after you drink one of these and see how you walk.
A zombie, okay.
Yeah. This one comes from Tiki entrepreneur, and one of the guys responsible for Tiki culture in 1934 is Don the Beachcomber, who allegedly created the zombie to get one of his customers, a businessman who was hungover, through a meeting. And so he made the zombie, which will actually turn you into a zombie. They're very potent.
My goodness, the 20th century. What can you do? Okay, how do we make a zombie?
So this one is going to be much different from, say, a daiquiri. There's going to be a lot of different components. Now, the thing is, with the zombie, there are so many different recipes out there. There's no wrong way to make this. There's no right way to make this.
But there's no way you emerge alive.
But there's definitely some parameters that you want to follow. Most often, you will see at least one dark rum and a light rum.
There's tetrodotoxin, right?
Sorry?
Sometimes ground up glass.
Go on.
Datura. Remember, that's from the zombie powder stuff that we...
Oh, jeez, Louise, you're right.
So we're gonna do it. We're gonna make some powder and try it out on the next Modern Rogue.
Nope.
Let's do it.
I know in some ways you can be a purist when it comes to certain best versions of a drink, or classic versions of, or original versions of. So this one feels a little bit like loosey-goosey jazz to you, huh?
Well, in the rum world, there's really no rules or regulations on how you distill it. So why does there have to be rules and regulations on how you make the drink?
I guess there are a number of drinks, like for example in whiskey, of course, you care a lot about the earth that was used for the peat, for the smoke, because you can detect all that, whereas rum is, we're not all the way to vodka, where it's just like, just filter it until you can't taste it no more. Right. But we're closer to that right now.
Rum is more like the world spirit, whereas bourbon is America's, and mezcal and tequila are Mexico's. So this is just everyone's.
Yeah, you're welcome, world.
Egalitarian beverage. All right, tell us how we make the zombie.
So again, we're gonna be using crushed ice on this one.
Because if I remember correctly, crushed ice equals more water, which means more watering down of the overproofed rums that we like.
Dilution would have just shortened that all
Watering
up.
down. Oh yeah. Is that a dirty word to say watering down in bar culture?
It does sound a little bit more reformed when you say dilution, I guess. I never thought about it that way. But this time we're actually going to fill our glass first. When talking about dilution, look where we are already with
Oh yeah,
The water
I
I
mean,
told
I
you
already
about it.
want to drink
But
that.
this is a good thing. This
Okay.
is going to be our friend in this drink. So we're going to start with our the cheapest ingredients first. So typically you'll see grenadine in this drink.
That cocktail sauce?
No, this is strawberry jam.
Really?
All right, I would like a replay of everything I just heard.
Usually you'll find grenadine in this drink.
Grenadine is
Oh.
some kind of like
Cherry juice.
Cherry juice, okay. And then you said cocktail sauce, and you said it's jam.
Strawberry jam because I forgot to bring grenadine today, so we're going to see how this works out.
Going off book here, man.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden I understand why he's saying, yeah, anyway, there's no one right way to make it. For example,
catching on very
I found
fast.
this in the fridge.
So then we're going to add some lime juice. We're going to do an ounce of lime.
And how much was it? Just a dash of that, or was one scoop?
Yeah, just a spoonful.
Got it.
It's gonna give it a nice red tint. We'll see what flavor it adds. Now we're gonna add an ounce and a half of pineapple juice.
Oh, this is the part where Brian, again, between the strawberry jam and the pineapple juice, just a half step away. But fruity stuff. Hey, I don't like fruity.
Well, I'm gonna make this.
I mean, you're this close to adding some protein powder and telling me to get swole, bro.
Gale.
In some recipes, you'll see Cointreau or a sweetener like Luxardo or
Sorry,
cherry herring.
talk me through Luxardo. I have no.
So, you know the good cherries we've used in previous episodes?
Sure.
That is the Luxardo family, maraschino cherries. This is a maraschino liqueur from the Luxardo family.
Can I smell just sort
Absolutely.
of what we got? Oh, more sweet and fruity. I'm just getting 2 steps.
Yeah, these
you're
are-
down to 2 steps,
This
my
was
friend.
also in the aviation.
Yeah, but that was good. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about all this sweet and fruity.
I'm just doing a half ounce here.
I gotta tell you, that's what tiki drinks are, my
I
friend.
know, but they come with like a flaming volcano, and then you suddenly don't remember anything.
I'm going to be using another overproof rum. This is a white rum out of Jamaica. This is Ray and Nephew, and I want you to take a whiff of that.
Okay, I'm looking at the number. Okay, so it's not as much as that plantain. Oh my gosh, that is harsh.
Yeah?
Yeah, which I do approve of.
God, it tastes like floor cleaner.
Yeah.
It smells like floor cleaner.
I mean, actually, that's how you know how powerful it is. You were tasting it.
This is almost like the Jamaican scotch. That's how funky this stuff is. And it's so overproof that they've been known to wash utensils in hospitals with it. And no lie, I got into a little bit of an accident last October from a scooter. And when I got home, I poured this all over my wound and it
That's,
cleaned it.
you stole that from the movies. I don't believe that really. Actually, I do believe that happened.
Yeah, so I'm going to do an ounce of this.
I just realized like we're still going. We're
Yeah,
still going.
We're still going. So, and then here we're going to do, this is plantation pineapple. And
So I assume same base as the OFTD, but with a little bit of spin on it.
yeah, and it's not as higher proof. This is just 40 proof.
Got it. Oh, a lot of sweet and dangerous stuff in here.
And I'm doing an ounce and a half of that. And crushed ice.
You nervous? You not feeling it?
I mean, like, okay, we have had this experience before where I watched him make a turd sandwich. I watched all of the ingredients go in. I'm like, hate
That
that,
wasn't
hate
our
that,
channel,
hate
man.
that, hate that. And then all of a sudden, it's like, how is this delicious? So, I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying miracles do exist. Oh, that is a fine presentation. Gosh, in the amount of time that it took you to do that, we got just enough of the melting to happen. That's gorgeous.
And I'm gonna just kind of stir it up here in the end. One last thing I'm gonna do is add a bouquet of fresh mint here. This is gonna help your
I
palate.
approve of this.
Now, as is tradition, whenever you take a drink, everyone in the room has to sing Zombie by the Cranberries. Or just the chorus, anyway.
Or just the. Same place. We went to the exact same place.
And then you just fall over.
I will say it was really notable. Like the moment you cracked that mint, like I felt that floral bouquet, and all of a sudden I felt like this is probably a terrible example, like a menthol Vicks Vapo Rub kind of like opening of everything, which I suppose is the point. I mean, I like the mint a lot. I have a very thoughtful opinion about this.
I can't wait to hear this.
Wow. Okay, so number one, dig the mouthfeel of the foam. I didn't expect to like that as much as I did. Number two, for some reason, I don't know if it's the dilution or the presence of the alcohol, but I'm always fearful of the sweetness, fruitiness vectors being dialed up when you combine them, but weirdly, it's very, very diffuse and not overpowering at all. I would say surprise factor 10 out of 10. This is one of the ones that I expected I would not dig, but turns out it's quite good. All right, to recap, the zombie. Number one,
it's a tough one.
Feel free to grab some Smuckers from your local IHOP, I guess.
Your refrigerator.
Yeah, spoonful of grenadine or strawberry jam. What, we had an ounce of lime, ounce and a half of pineapple juice, half ounce of Luxardo, ounce and a half of Ray and Nephew, ounce
And a half
of plantation, mint on top, and that's it.
Yeah. So of course, if people want to follow your exploits, head on over to Instagram.com/what? Barstool Theory?
Barstool Theory, just like it says on the shirt.
Yeah. Legitimate bartender, not a legitimate bar. Come at me, TABC. Things I like. High quality earbuds that are comfortable to wear. So comfortable I sleep in them, maybe. That's a bit of oversharing. Don't worry about it. The important thing is I want deep, rich bass, I want beautiful sound, and I don't want them to break the bank. I don't want to have this terrible anxiety at all time that I'm about to lose a bazillion-dollar item. That's the beauty of raycons. They give me all the quality I want at a fraction of the cost of all those other fancy, highfalutin, so full of themselves earbuds.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Earbud Society. We can't possibly go for prices that affordable.
You know who thinks they're okay? Snoop Dogg. So there, you're not letting him in your club, are you?
Ah, we're the Highfalutin Earbud
Society. You're not even a real society. You're not fooling anyone. I just made you up right now. Here's the important part. Raycons make a great holiday gift because it's something they can use every single day for work, play, at home, on the go, and they're being generous for the holidays. So on top of their everyday great prices, you get 15% off right now. So you save big on shopping. Head on over to buyraycon.com/rogue. Get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Head on over to buyraycon.com/rogue. That's ROGUE, and get 15% off your purchase and keep us in business. All while you get to hear them sexy sounds, or not sexy, platonic sounds, professional sounds. But don't join
the Fancy Pants Earbud Society.
Offer and link in the description below.
Somebody out there was conceived during that ho ho ho.
Odds are, because I mean, you remember that song was ubiquitous.
Oh, sure.
In the 90s. It was always on.
That means someone was
As
conceived
ubiquitous
during-
as their guns and their bombs.
and their tanks
That's in your head.
That's, oh yeah, they're still fighting.
since 1963.